and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millward & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millward & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to milwardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central Media Journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or digital subscription. Go Panthers. This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network.
One Magistrate Roger Mills.
Hello and welcome to James H. Hampton Stadium. Right now, the Lynn Camp Wildcats are taking on the Jellico Blue Devils. So this is my first game commentating for football. Of course, I was number 63 out there in the old navy and gold. So it feels weird kind of being up here in the booth, getting settled in. And, you know, I always loved the Fridays, you know, being able to wear your jersey in there. And that pregame feel, I mean, there's nothing you can ever match it. You go. I know today was an exception because Knox Central has a kickoff time of like 8:39, but we would always, you know, you'd stay after, you'd wait, you'd eat a meal, you'd go in the locker room, you'd go and sleep, or maybe you'd find a place in the library, somewhere to sit down, somewhere to relax. Maybe try to get you a little bit extra food in you every now and then, talk to a coach or two, and get real settled in. And it feels weird not doing that today. And but yeah, today we got Lynn Camp and Jellico. Jellico, of course, the alumni of former Knox Central coach Dustin Buckner, who actually coaches for Whitley County now. So Knox Central will be facing against three old coaches within the last couple years. And
So like a family reunion.
yeah,
right?
yeah. But Dustin Buckner and both of the Wells twins, I believe, they're coaches for Whitley County now. But Lynn Camp, I have some ties there. My mom used to teach at Lynn Camp. She taught there for a while. And yeah, you're looking at a good matchup. It's the Pioneer Bowl, bringing it back. You know, once you got Coach
it's been
Mills,
a while, right, Harris?
Coach Mills coming back. It's old times. It's a good kick right there. Amazing kickoff, but gonna field it at the 1. Gonna bring it up towards the middle, jukes a guy out. Loses his footing at about the 11-yard line. Will be placed on the right hash. That's an amazing kickoff right there. I mean, you can't ask for anything better from a kicker like that.
Very nice kickoff. And again, that was number 2, Caden Hamlin, on the return. But you don't see that a lot in high school, Harrison. A nice kickoff like that, almost to the end zone.
That was a very good kick. I thought it was going to be a touchback.
It does pin back the Blue Devils.
So Lynn Camp has brought back a familiar face on their coaching staff, Dave Mitchell. who has often really been regarded as Lynn Camp's Dudley Hilton, if you're familiar with your southeastern Kentucky football.
Kind of see him there on the
lingo.
sidelines there, I believe. Yeah.
He's one of the great coaches here at Lynn Camp.
Helping out Daryl Hendricks and his crew. Mm-hmm. And what a way to start off the season, right, with a penalty now.
You see, that's one thing.
We can talk about that a little bit later, too.
It's one of those things that – and so I've played many first games this season. This is going to happen. This will happen between Knox Central and Whitley. It's rookie mistakes. It's first game of the season. Anybody will tell you that the team, the high school team that you put out there first week of the season would be blown out by the team that's playing Week 10. If you put the Week 10 team against the Week 1 team, the Week 10 team will win by 40 because you learn so much and you learn the feel of the game, especially with like freshmen and sophomores and teams that, maybe they have some discipline issues, and that's really going to show in that first game. So you've already got a penalty. You haven't even snapped the ball yet.
Makes it 1st and 15 from the 8.
Drops back, gives it a good chuck. Beat his man, but he just dropped it. It looked like the sun right there. It looked like the sun got his eye right there as he was trying to turn around over the shoulder catch. I mean, he was open. It was a good throw. It was right in the money basket. He just didn't haul it in, so it'll be 2nd and 15 on the 8-yard line.
So pass intended for number 8, Clayton Hamlin. And I'm going to take a guess, Harrison. He's probably the brother of Caden Hamlin, the kick returner that we saw earlier.
So I'd say they've done that a whole lot in the backyard.
But not a bad play to start there, kind of pin back, try to go for it, and just again, like you said, that sun is going to be in the receiver's eyes, especially in this part of the game or this part of the day.
Lynn Camp's running a very aggressive defense. They're a 4-man front, and then you got the 2 guys walked up, and they're not necessarily blitzing every single time. I mean, they've been kind of playing back and whatnot, but I mean, you've got a potential 6-man rush if you're a lineman out there. Being a lineman, communication is key. I played on the line. I was right tackle. Whenever I can't tell you how many different times that I would be sitting in my stance and the center or the quarterback would call fire, right, and you would look up and you're like, how did this guy even get over here? Like, it's insane.
So Owen Morgan on the keeper there, the quarterback, gets it to the 17-yard line. It is 3rd down and 6. Opening moments here of the first game of the Pioneer Bowl. Who plays in that second game, Harrison?
Old Knox Central taking on the Whitley County Colonels. Whitley County has bested Knox Central the last 2 years, and some slobber knockers lately. That's been I played in both of those games, and I mean, they were tough. Whitley County's a tough team. They run a wing tee. They've got D. Parker back there. I mean, D. Parker's going to D. Parker. He's a good athlete. He plays all 3 sports. And he's one of those guys, I mean, he'll just run the ball. If you're tired, that's what happened with Knox Central last year, is we got up by 1 point with about 6 minutes left in the game, and we proceeded to lose that game by 2 scores. I mean, it wasn't even close after that. And we were up in the last 5 minutes of the game.
Good defense there by Lynn Camp as Morgan fumbled the snap. There was a penalty. They declined it. It is now 4th down. And they're going to go for it on their own 17, Harrison.
Interesting move. I would say this is probably a false count right here.
Well, we could get a quick kick. We'll see.
Quick kick. If I had to guess, it'd be a false count. Try and draw them off sides, get about 5 yards closer. Then you've got 4th and 2, still from your own 20-yard line.
And there's the kick. Oh, and it's blocked.
Oh, it's blocked.
Yes. Well, great defense there from Lynn Camp, and they're going to.
Didn't really matter.
Still bad. It doesn't matter because Lynn Camp's going to get the ball.
Grabbed it, and Lynn Camp will have the ball.
And they're going to have it in good field position around the 15-yard line.
We ran something like that my freshman year. Coach Buckner was towards the end of the season, he turned into a real big trick play kind of guy. Like when we were playing against teams that we knew that were better than us, we would try and throw in a lot of trick plays. And quick kick was one of them, and we just, we put a guy out there, and he would just snap it, punt the ball, and it worked.
So after the block punt, ball at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10 for Lynn Camp. So good opportunity here for the Wildcats to get on the scoreboard first here in the 2025 version of the Pioneer Bowl.
Definitely a classic if you know your Knox Central lore. So your star player here for Lynn Camp is your quarterback, DJ Wren. That's definitely the player to watch. First play, just
kind of takes it himself. Maybe gets about two to 3 yards, maybe 2. We'll see where they spot it, but definitely Second down for the Wildcats.
Now, you see, the thing about those sort of keepers right there is that if they run that same play but it's from the shotgun, you can draw up something with the O-line and push some people around and try to open a hole. The thing about those sort of plays where he just kind of went under center and grabbed it and snuck it as far as he could, you're not going to have a hole open. Yeah, you may catch them up by surprise and get the D lineman off guard or maybe a linebacker or two, but most of the time that's going to get swallowed up right from the jump. Looks like 3 down linemen for Jellico with 1 backer on the right side. As you see, any coach will tell you that is not what you do on an outside run. You don't. That's the one thing that you teach your players not to do is just keep going outside and going backwards on an outside run because you're digging for gold that ain't there, which is what we were always told, especially whenever you played middle school and you weren't disciplined. Running backs would often, if we were running an end around or a reverse or something like that, people would try to reverse field and go back and they would lose 10 yards. And that was one of those things that was a learning curve in middle school. Since we were so undisciplined, it's like when you're doing that, you're digging for gold that ain't there, as old Jason Baker would say.
So bad play there on second down makes it 3rd and 17 from the 24, and we get a whistle.
Timeout.
I think
Timeout.
timeout on the field. 8:46 to go here in the first quarter. No score. So I guess we'll keep it here. I think it's going to hit you, Harrison, when we get to that second game, though. It's like, oh, I'm not in that KC uniform anymore.
Yeah.
So, but milestone tonight, by the way. This is your, correct me if I'm wrong, this is your 50th streaming broadcast with the Blue and Gold Network. Congratulations, my friend.
That's it's insane. It really doesn't feel like it's been anything at all. I mean, I remember starting freshman year, and quitting basketball the second practice because Matlock talked me into quitting, and I was like, man, this is really something that I really wanted to do. And so really what happened so I had knew that I wanted to get into commentating when I was in middle school, but we didn't have media arts up here. We just had like marketing, that sort of thing. So I was just going to do marketing, and then Mr. Matlock comes up here, and he starts up a whole new pathway and allowed me to do this sort of thing. And it's been amazing.
You've been on the ground floor. Your third year. This is the third year, and Ren's going to keep it on third down. Excuse me.
I feel like you got to try and throw the ball right there.
Maybe gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe, but it's going to be 4th down. I have a feeling they're just going to go for it.
Yeah. I mean, that kid has a boot on him if they want to kick a 37-yard field goal.
He did show it from the kickoff, so I'm kind of surprised, but I don't know. Early in the season, Harrison, maybe you just you try to run some plays here, see what you can do with it in this particular situation. But they're going to go for it.
You see, that's what scrimmages are for, though.
That's right.
That's what you do for scrimmages.
That's true. They probably had a couple scrimmages, but now Wren, he gets down to the 10.
He's short.
He is going to be short, though.
Turnover on downs.
If you are watching, let us know that you are and where you're watching from. I see an old public address announcer from Lynn Camp, JT Elliott, a former broadcasting partner of mine back in the old podcasting days, watching in from Richmond, a big Wildcat fan. Also watching Mike Johnson. Thank you for watching as well. Ball switch over on downs. And it's going to be at around the 10-yard line as Jellico will take over second possession of this contest. So a few people in the parking lot kind of trickling in here. First of 2 games tonight.
Delay a game on Jellico. Again, discipline. Discipline. If you've watched this game, it's discipline, 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 discipline.
Theme of the night, Harrison, right? I think we're going to get even though the teams have had scrimmages, still trying to work those bugs out.
Yeah. So Knox Central scrimmaged Campbell County at Campbell County and took down the Cougars 49-0, which I went up there and watched them. I mean, it looked like a well-oiled machine. They looked like they went up there and took care of business. You had 6 different guys score touchdowns up there. Spencer Pritchard, who was a freshman, scored a touchdown. John Hobbs threw a touchdown to Coleman Spencer. And Lucas Olmstead also had a touchdown, Landon Doherty. So you had a lot of different touchdown scores there. But then they went up to, in my opinion, the best team that they will probably see all season in Wayne County. Wayne County, a very, very tough squad in the 4A. It's looking they're looking for a regional title up there in Monticello.
Rodney Messer watching from Bimble. Thank you for watching. Johnny Wilder watching as well. So Hamlin on the carry there. Short yardage, going to bring up second down.
So Lynn Camp's kind of going with a one high safety look. It looks like they're not really banking on the pass. I mean, you got your corners playing about 5 or 6 yards off. You got Wren playing on that outside backer. He just blitzes. I mean, I was about to call it. I was about to say they better be calling fire on that right side because Wren is stepping up. He snapped the ball, and he took the words right out of my mouth.
Played it perfectly, got Hamlin, nobody blocking Wren, make it in a 3rd and long situation as we've gone under 7 minutes until the end of the first quarter.
You're pinned deep. It's 3rd and 16. You're on your own 5-yard line. I mean, you're just hoping that you can throw up a prayer and get it up there.
Phil Pruitt Jr. watching in from Lynn Camp. Thank you for watching this evening.
But this is what I'm saying. Look at Lynn Camp's secondary here. Nobody's more than 6 yards off the ball. And I think it's interesting. It's 3rd and 16. You got to watch the sticks. As just way overthrown. But still, I mean, your highest safety was 7 yards off the ball, and you already got beat on a deep ball earlier. They ended up being dropped by the receiver. So that's an interesting call right there. I know you're probably just trying to get to them, and, like I said about discipline, these guys are going to be overwhelmed, but still.
Hamlin was wide open there, Harrison. If they could have connected on that pass, I think he could have gotten the first down. Because like you said, everybody was playing up on Lynn Camp's side. It kind of opened you up. I think we're going to get a legitimate punt here. No quick kicks, especially when you're on the 5-yard line. So again, Lynn Camp looking for good field position as there seems to be a stoppage of play for a moment. Now they're kind of
players going to tie his shoes.
There you go. Get your shoe tied, son.
I think every down has been played inside of Jellico's red zone. I'm not. Don't quote me on that, but
And this a better punt than the first. And bobble, and he'll recover it there, and that is.
It's one of those scary plays right there. If you're a coach and you see that, you see a lot of teams, they'll have a call for those sorts of punts. Punts are like straight up in the air, and there's not really a chance of getting a far return. You make a call, and you'll see it. It's one of the simplest things that I've watched many people get torn to shreds over on the sideline. When they make that call, you run away from the ball. It's not stop where you're at and make sure you don't hit it. You run away from the ball. Usually some coaches tell you to sprint towards your sideline because you'll avoid the ball. Because if it touches you and another player from another team jumps on it, it's their football. And it's a first down. Doesn't matter. Down in distance is still 1st and 10. They regain possession. That's one of the worst things that can happen. A little speed option to the right again, digging for gold that ain't there.
Guess what? Flag on the play.
Probably holding, if I had to assume.
So Lynn Camp starting the second drive from the Blue Devil 29. We do have a flag here on first down.
So talk to me a little bit more about the second game. You got year 2 here for Coach Mills. What do you think? We should expect out of Coach Mills and company for his second year here?
Well, as my former broadcast partner Johnny Gray would say when we were doing radio, ground and pound. Ground and pound. That's what Coach Mills likes to do. And I suspect that he won't do anything different than that. I could be surprised. You know more about it than I do because you played in the system last year. But that's usually his M.O.
Oh, absolutely. Because, he was coached at Knox Central, coached at Bell County. He's coached at Corbin, and now he's back up here at Knox Central. He's an old-school guy. That's who he is. His son Seth. See, that's what I was saying right there is from the gun. I believe from what I saw, he had a wide-open hole right down the middle. That linebacker covered up that gap real quick. But your odds of having an explosive play on a quarterback keeper is much better from the gun than under center. But absolutely, I know, these guys better than anybody else. I lived and breathed with these guys. I played with them for 2 years. I went to camp with them. I've spent just about every waking moment from May to November with these guys. And, I mean, you're talking counter, inside zone, screens. Like, if there's anybody that knows how to pick apart a football team throughout a game, it's Coach Mills.
4 wide receiver set on 3rd down. Wren back to pass.
Pump fakes.
He's going to.
Oh, he threw the ball, but it looked
And that's
like
intercepted.
intercepted.
Caden Hamlin with the interception.
But I was gonna say, what I was gonna say is there's a flag there. He threw the ball across the line of scrimmage. I thought he was just gonna take off. It looked like he had a wide open, lane right there down the sideline.
If that is definitely the case, I decline that. Take the ball, and that's what's going to happen. As the Blue Devils will get a 3rd possession here, 4:25 to go in the first quarter. No score here at the 2025 Pioneer Bowl first game.
Now I'm going to raise a little proposition here.
Okay.
You take that penalty. You accept that penalty. You pin Lynn Camp a little bit farther back. You stop them. They're in even worse field position. There's a chance you get better field position off of a punt return.
That's one way of looking at it, right?
That's what I'm saying.
And then
obviously a team like Knox Central is going to take, but when these when it's undisciplined, when you can tell that both teams are just undisciplined. As of this
This is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us.
Morgan's pass is complete to number 13, Jason Hooper. That pass play will result in a first down.
Yeah, we took an ad break there, I believe. But
we need to work with our producers a little bit, see when they're going to let us go.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was the first down of the game.
That was for either team. So
for Jellico, just a quick little screen pass. It's things like that led to Knox Central losing to Wayne County in that scrimmage. Is plays that for most teams would only be 2 to 3 yard gains were turned into 7 and 8 yard gains.
And that adds up.
And so tackles that should have been made 3 yards past the line of scrimmage were made 7 yards past the line of scrimmage. They would throw a screen and it would go 10 yards.
Got a timeout. We're going to take an ad break. Be back in a moment.
This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information.
Alrighty, we are back. Just under 4 minutes to go here. Jellico has the ball on the left hash on Lynn Camp's 24-yard line. QB keeper looked like he had a good lane out there towards the right side. Maybe I think that might have been the one to kick to the outside.
Lynn Camp doing a great job on defense there. Harrison swarming to the ball. Morgan doesn't get a lot of room on that keeper. Makes it 2nd and long. Ball at the 25-yard line.
We'll spot the ball near the 4-15-yard line. Bring up a 2nd down.
So if you're looking for sustained drives, this is the first one of the night, Harrison, for the Blue Devils. They had the first down, as you mentioned earlier. So 2nd down and 9 here.
Wren blitzes, but isn't able to keep out. That's a good play design right there. You see
Trevor Gilbert on the carry.
If you were listening and you were listening to me talk about, don't go outside, that's one of those ones where you do go outside. You learning when to kick it out and get extra yards, and whenever you're kicking it out and you're just losing yards and not attacking the right hole, because sometimes that hole is the outside and kicking it out. It's just it's not there every single time, and people try to force something at it there. If you saw that when Knox Central played Clay County, in overtime, John Hobbs tried to force a run. I believe it's over towards the right. I remember Coach Mills talking about it in film, and he just instead of just making the play, as it's a handoff right there to number 2, fakes but
going nowhere. Flag on the play.
So could be a face mask if I had to guess.
2 first downs now for Jellico on this drive.
And but instead of making the play, I believe he just ran right into somebody, and Coach Mills was like, "Just go out there and just make the play."
Personal foul, face mask against the Wildcats.
Well, beneficiary of the penalty, and Jellico will get their 3rd first down here on this drive.
You love to watch a defensive slobber knocker. It's kind of like watching a pitcher's duel in baseball.
Penalty, Harrison's going to take it to midfield. So Jellico in their best business so far. Lynn Camp's had 2 opportunities deep in Jellico territory, could not capitalize on either one. So under 2.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. No score.
Man, I can tell you right now, I've practiced on this field at this time of day. It is hot.
Well, that artificial surface, I'd say the heat is up.
Screen right there, swarm to the ball. You see, when you play against a team like Lynn Camp that's playing up that close, you can't run a screen to the boundary. When you run that screen to the boundary, you're just, especially a tunnel. I'm not going to say that was a tunnel screen right there, because he didn't really come up that far, but he did step up, and he stepped right into a swarm of Wildcats.
So loss of 2, making it 2nd and 12.
Those
a minute 43 to go.
Yeah, those sort of plays you want to play towards the field, not the boundary. Trips right for Jellico. You got 1 to the left.
Yeah.
You just got that running back right behind him. 2nd and 12. Will roll out right.
He's got one open, but he's going to take it himself, though.
He
had Gavin Dabney, number 5, wide open around the 30-yard line.
Not looking.
Decided to keep it himself.
See, that's one of those things that a lot of quarterbacks in high school have trouble with. And it's just like the game moves so fast whenever you're playing. Like, especially when all you've played from – you've only played 2 scrimmages, 1 or 2 scrimmages. And but other than that, it's been 7-on-7s where you just kind of you sit back there and you wait, you look for your reads. Now you've got to snap the ball, you got to clap or do whatever your cadence is. You got to get the ball, make sure you've handled the snap. And before that, you had to make sure that everybody was in position. A little jet sweep right there as he cuts it up the middle. You see, that's one of those
Gilbert's close
moves.
to first down.
You see, we used to in middle school we would run a designed jet sweep that would go up the middle because you're expecting you want to try and get around, but sometimes teams will overcommit, and when you cut right back up the middle, they're having to move their momentum back to the left side or back to the other side of their body, and then that if you have a quick enough guy out there, he'll just slice right through it like butter.
So 4th down and 3 for the Blue Devils. Deepest penetration of the night as they are in Wildcat territory. So a chance for another first down on this drive that has yielded 3 so far. It looks like we get a whistle and a timeout. Are we going to do an ad break? It's the end of the quarter. So we'll take an ad break. Your score is scoreless. Go to the 2nd quarter.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews with notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Harrison Trosper, Steve Black, back with you here at Knox Central, getting ready to start the second quarter. And, Karen Trosper there, Harrison, she thinks you're doing a great job. I think you mentioned Ambleside.
Oh, yeah, Ambleside.
Shout out to Ambleside there in Middlesboro.
Oh, yeah. I go trick-or-treating up there all the time. It's where my dad grew up. He was a little Middlesboro boy.
They made chess as the best. I'm sorry. I'm a graduate. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, you got a heavy formation right there. Just QB keeper. Good discipline there wide open.
Almost picked off.
You see, I thought that was a great play design there from Jellico. You had those two, we called that last year. We kind of had the same formation. It was called pigs. We called that formation pigs. And those two guys we had down up there in front behind the tackles, those were the pigs. And then you had the one down backer in the back. Is it illegal formation, I believe, or
penalty? Yeah, and it's going to be declined.
Yeah, it's still a turnover on downs, and then you had the little bootleg over there, and I thought, man, they're going to have Lynn Camp beat, but Lynn Camp. So one thing that Coach Baker always told us in middle school, and what us D linemen were always told, especially on the edges, you do something whenever a quarterback gets the ball. It's called a counter, boot, reverse. If the play's going away from you, you're looking for either a counter coming back at you, a bootleg coming back like it was just ran right there, or reverse. And so you say that in your head, you get up, you go counter, boot, reverse, and then you go try and make a play. So that was one of those things that, I don't know if that's what Lynn Camp did specifically, but this side of the defense stayed at home. They stayed at home, they stayed to their numbers, and they made the play.
We got a timeout on the field here early in the second quarter, 11:53. Let's take another ad break. Back in a moment on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
is
the
Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy.
Back at Knox Central High School, 11:53 to go here in the second quarter. 2025 Pioneer Bowl. Steve Black, Harrison Trosper on the call here, and back to Harrison as we've got a 1st and 10 for Lynn Camp.
Knox Central will be playing in back-to-back bowl games as next week they will be taking on Marion County in Old Lebanon, Kentucky.
Old Lebanon.
That's, Marion County, there's a flag thrown on the play right there. Marion County is the most central location in Kentucky.
I delivered auto parts there one time back in the day when I worked for Advance. I just threw that in there.
We went to camp last year. Last year at Camp Marion County came up there with us and stayed up there with us. And so they're a good group of guys. If I'm not wrong, I believe their head coach was a Bell County guy with Coach Mills.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's what the connection is there with Marion County, I think.
Big penalty there for Lynn Camp. Going to put the ball at the 33-yard line.
I believe it was holding.
So 1st and 20. Here we 11:47. Game was flowing along, Harrison, and then the flag started coming out again here in the last few plays.
But back to what I was saying, but it's hot. This is the hottest part of the day on this field. I remember one time during the summer last year, we had a 4-hour practice. And by hour 3, I was absolutely killed. It was we got out about 7:30.
I bet your feet are burning up there on that artificial surface, though.
You see, as there's a screen pass out there, if he can just get outside of that guy, number 12 right there, didn't block anybody.
Give Owen
I
Morgan
don't
credit for
want
the
to.
tackle.
I don't want to like call anybody out, but like one of those plays, if the wide receivers block right there, that play's probably going for a first down as he had the moves, they had the numbers, but I believe number 12 out there just didn't give his effort, didn't give a block.
So another whistle, timeout, and Linkamp going to take a timeout. I think we'll take another ad break here, back here on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information.
I was say they got 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and only 5 down linemen. Number 4
Thank you to Golden Girls
didn't even have his
Monogramming
helmet
and
on.
Boutique for supporting
Had to
this
put it on
stream.
as he was going out there,
Established
dropped
in
out there.
2017,
Ren's going to tell him to play.
embroidery, screen printing, DTG.
As he takes off, just strapped on his helmet. You see, that's one of those things, 99% of high school coaches, they'll tell you just get off the field. They'll call a timeout, and they'll say get over there and sit on the bench. One of the big no's in high school football, don't take your helmet off on the sideline. Unless you're kind of like an offensive-only player or a defense-only player. You've got a break in the action. You're trying to look over the plays maybe on a huddle or something, but one of the biggest rules in football, don't take your helmet off on the sideline.
3rd and 14, ball at the 38-yard line. Again, no score here, 10:20 to go till halftime. This is now Linkamp's had opportunities early in the first quarter, could not take advantage. Let's see what they do here.
Oh, see, that would have been a good play right there. They could have gotten up to the 50-yard line, I would say. You got then you're giving yourself a 4th and manageable from midfield. You're in a good position to start pushing more into Jellico's territory if that pass is completed.
So 4th and 14. Your defense has played well, so do you go for it here, and let the defense take over, but we'll see.
It just depends. It's
also a chance to get some field position back if you get a good kick out of it. And we commented earlier, Harrison, their kickoff guy put a good boot into it earlier, at the start of the contest. So
I'm looking over here, and I'm seeing a couple Linkamp coaches in khakis, and I'm like, I'm dying up here in a shirt and T-shorts. Good punt. Goodness.
Good call there with the punt.
He's going to return it. Spin move was wrapped up. There's a flag called.
Nice textbook tackle there from Caleb Jones, 13.
Yellow handkerchief tossed down the field.
Now, it's interesting. I'm calling a different name than Nick is when it comes to that. I'm going off the Kentucky High School Athletic Association's website. So hopefully, I don't know what's right or wrong there, but I had 13 as Caleb Jones. Nonetheless, number 13 had a great tackle there. Good wrap-up right textbook.
You see one of the old Knox Central greats from around here who teaches at the middle school, old Travis Kennedy.
Travis Kennedy.
He was
blast from the past.
He was our defensive backs coach in middle school. And when I tell you, he emphasized nothing more other than just staying low and wrapping up. He was like the tackle man. If you didn't stay low, keep your head low, and wrap up and make a tackle, you were in for it.
Of course, another name, Jeffrey Kennedy, one of the all-time greats here.
I believe he's
at Knox Central, and also an outstanding linebacker at EKU in his day.
He's in the Knox Central Athletics Hall of Fame, if I remember correctly. He was inducted. I
remember he had a big game against UK one year. Ton of tackles.
flag football evaluations. will
So
be
first down, and
Tuesday
looks like a
Thursday,
first and
March
one
26th,
after the penalty here,
and
Harrison. Ball at the
6 to 7:30.
36-yard line. Now they're adjusting it a little bit. Now they're going to mark it off some more. So forget that. It's going to be a first down. So plagued with a lot of penalties. Even the game has flowed pretty good, but we're a tick under 10 minutes to go till halftime. And so the Blue Devils will take over at around the 33.
I believe what I just heard was that it was offsetting penalties.
Ah, okay.
I think a holding on Jellico on the return, and I think a penalty on Lynn beforehand.
I think they're going to have to get back in the film room there and kind of work on the fundamentals, right? Both teams.
Oh, absolutely. Which, I mean, it's week one. You're
yeah.
going to see a lot of those
get those bugs out.
You're going to see them all across. You're going to see St. X make these same sort of mistakes. You're going to see Trinity make these same sort of mistakes. Mail, you name it. The best teams in the country are going to make these mistakes. Rookie mistakes.
So ball now in the 26 after everything's sorted out. Blue Devils with the football.
Jet
Hamlin.
sweep.
Yeah.
Good spin move. He's still on his feet. He's going to kick it out. He's got a blocker. Jukes him out. He's still going. He almost made it past midfield. I believe it's the biggest play we've had all night. About a 20-yard run there.
Broke 2 tackles there in the process.
22-yard
Gets it over to about the 48-yard line. So offensively, Jellico has been moving the ball here and there. They just come up. The penalty here kind of stymies the drive, right? Penalties always do that. And so let's see what happens here as they're near midfield with a first down.
Penalties kill, man.
9:30 and counting here in the second quarter. Main event tonight, Whitley County taking on your host, Knox Central.
You want to talk about another scorcher that's happening around here? You've got Harlan County and Clay County in the Pigskin Classic up there.
Yeah,
you see the last 2 years, Harlan County and Middlesboro have played on a Saturday, I believe.
So we're going to take another ad break as we got a timeout here on the field. Back in a moment.
This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop.
All right, back to action. 9:22 to go. Harrison Trosper, Steve Black here. It is Lynn Camp and Jellico. First of 2 tonight here in the 2025 Pioneer Bowl. Back to Harrison. Too
high safety look here for Lynn Camp. Jellico's just going to run the ball. Smart decision. QB keeper gets about to it. Penalty. Shocker.
Flag on a play, shocker, right? Yeah. I know you guys are very surprised out there in streaming land, right? Another penalty. Well, sorted out. It's a face mask going against Lynn Camp, so that's going to give another first down.
Penalty is face mask against the Wildcats.
First down for Jellico, and so we'll see where they end up spotting the ball, but it's going to be definitely in Wildcat territory. 9:16 to go here till halftime. So ball at the 43-yard line. First and 10, Blue Devils. Owen Morgan at the quarterback position.
Something going on with the sticks.
They haven't moved him yet. Morgan on the
second
keeper.
down.
And he is brought down.
Unless it was 1st and 1 with the face mask penalty. I'm a little confused.
Cameron Eaton.
Number play is good enough for the first down for the Blue Devils.
Now they moved the chains. So
Well,
I don't know if it was a spot behind Harrison or not, but no matter what, it is inside the 35 now at the 33. And I think this may be the deepest that the Blue Devils have been in all game tonight. 8.5 to go, approaching till halftime. Anything special going at halftime, Harrison? Are you gonna get it? You gonna grab an instrument and play on the field of marching? I didn't see the band there, but
I thought about it.
Okay, we'll just check it.
Great tackle right there. Form tackle.
I played a little trumpet back in my day at middle school.
I played clarinet in middle school.
Okay.
By number 2, Hayden Hamlin for the Blue Devils, brought down by number 11.
Jellico's linemen have very tight splits, if you can tell. Usually people try to do about 2-foot splits, but they are almost toe-to-toe.
So Eaton on the tackle there, loss of 2. Going to put the ball at the 35-yard line, 2nd down and 12. Under 8 to go.
Got a trips right look here. You got one high safety for Lynn Camp, but I think they're going to roll him down a little bit, make it, I believe Caleb Woods or whoever number 13 is, play the high safety, as there's a player just fell
Nice
down.
penetration there from the D-line, but Morgan's going to take it.
Reverse field, lays a shoulder down. He gets a good 8 or 9 yards.
Kind of a busted play there, but it worked into Jellico's favor as Owen Morgan, is able to get away from that line.
I believe quarterback's down.
And so,
yeah, quarterback down.
Down for a moment here as we kind of see how things are going. Hope he's okay.
It's just one of those. I've had many of those on this field, just like, you go to hit somebody and you just lose your breath, so you just got to lay there for a moment, get your breath back. You hope it's just one of those. You hate to see something like that.
7:31 to go till halftime here at Knox Central. 2025 Pioneer Bowl. They brought back the Pioneer Bowl after several years. When they started at Harrison, I was in Nick Cole's shoes at the time as the PA before he took over years ago. And I remember a long night. I think it was like 1:30 before we got done. But there was heat and the lights went out too. So hopefully that's not the case here tonight. So. I think we'll take an ad break right now as they tend to Owen Morgan. Back in a moment here on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
This is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E.
All right, back here at Knox Central High School, 7:31 to go till halftime. Quarterback Owen Morgan able to get up, but having to be helped off the field. So Harrison, I doubt that he'll be back tonight, as he can't put any pressure on the he can't put any pressure on his foot. So we'll see who replaces Morgan at the quarterback position. So, but it's good to see that he was able to get up and to get off the field, and so they'll tend to him. 1st and 10, ball at the 23-yard line as Jellico, deepest drive here in the contest. You could say it's been a defensive battle, but also a battle of the flag, as a lot of penalties and mistakes on both sides, but kind of expected here first game of the season. Clayton Hamlin will take the quarterback duties. Hands off to Bryson Ballard, gets a few yards.
Carried by number 6, Bryson Ballard for the Blue Devils.
So Hamlin playing the wide receiver position switches over now to quarterback. So clock continues to move as we approach 7 minutes.
Play will bring up a 2nd down.
Sun is beaming.
Right in our faces, too, right, Harrison?
Here's my thing. Good luck finding a place to sit at halftime.
Yeah, all right. So 2nd down and 5 yards on that carry from Ballard. So
Ooh,
nice pitch, yep. Yeah. Breaking it to the outside, but cannot elude the defenders from the Wildcats.
Digging for gold that ain't there.
For the Blue Devils, brought down by number 11, Cameron Eaton for the Wildcats.
Eaton, number 11, with the tackle, bringing up 3rd down. Lynn Camp's defense has been spot on here tonight. I think probably just one play, Harrison, that big play that Morgan had busted earlier here in the 2nd quarter. But aside from that, the defense has been pretty good, kind of bending but not breaking. That'll be put to the test here. 3rd and 5 from the 18. And up the middle is Hamlin. I don't know if he's going to get the yardage needed for the 1st down. Definitely 4-down territory here.
Run play by the Blue Devils will bring up a 4th down and short. Ball spotted near the 14-yard line.
The 14-yard line is where the spot is. 4th and 1 on the scoreboard. 5.5 minutes to go till halftime. See what Jellico can do here.
I mean, yeah, they're going to come out in that pigs formation right there. I just realized they have another. I think they're just going to run a classic, QB sneak right here, maybe a dive.
And that's sneak. It. You called it right there, Harrison, and I think he's going to have enough.
He's got the 1st down.
Still pushing it, but I think he's got the forward progress.
Helmet comes off right there. See, the rule is in high school, if your helmet comes off, even if it was accidental or anything, you have to come out the next play.
And I believe that was number 12 for Lynn Camp. That helmet has come off of. And the roster that I have here, I do not have a number 12, so we'll just call him number 12 unless you see something I don't, Harrison. But it's going to be enough for the 1st down. It'll move the chains. And the clock will pick back up, 5:05 and counting. First of 2 here tonight, here in the Pioneer Bowl. At Jellico, Lynn Camp. The nightcap will be Whitley County and Knox Central. Year number 2 of the return of Coach Wayne Mills to the Panther program.
They actually, Coach Mills has brought in a new coach this year in Tommy Bailey, who was the defensive coordinator for Lynn Camp.
Okay. Pitch out to Ballard. He gets a good yardage up the middle, inside the 10.
It's halfway to the sticks.
I think they may have found something there, Harrison, with Bryson Ballard. Had a couple of decent runs.
Oh yeah. He's gonna keep pushing it in there. He gained about 4 yards. All it takes is a 4-yard gain every single time.
Jellico in no hurry right now, just running the clock. 4:17 and counting. 2nd down. Ball at the 8-yard line.
Got to remember, Lynn Camp gets the ball back at half. Pigs formation. Give it to
Ballard once again.
Same play.
Lynn Camp snuffs it out there on the defense. Good penetration there.
Carried by number 6, Bryson Ballard.
Number 70 there, Trevor Witt, in on the tackle. Among others, brings a third down. So again, that bending, don't break mentality from the Wildcats, once again put to the test here on third down.
It's tough playing without your quarterback. I can tell you this 100,000%. I remember, John Hobbs getting hurt against the Rockcastle last year and us having to sub in another quarterback.
Shout out to Dr. Robert Dunaway. Dr. Dunaway, Cumberland Avenue there in Barberville, watching tonight.
Shot a bootleg, but
Oh,
and he gets
nice.
free. He's going to cut outside, and that's going to be a touchdown, Blue Devils.
Touchdown.
Number
Blue Devils.
8, Clayton Hamlin,
Touchdown.
on the
Number 8,
keeper.
Clayton
First
Hamlin.
score of the night. You see what happened right there is they saw that first guy come up there, and he almost made a tackle, so everybody else on the team just thought, okay, he's going to make the tackle. Let's just go ahead and stand around.
Yep.
He breaks that tackle, boom, he's off to the races. He scored.
On defense, and I played football 1 year in 6th grade. Was not very good. I blocked a punt, but I was on the offense when that happened. He kicked it right in my back, but that's neither here nor there. But again, like you said, everybody else is watching that play right there, the missed tackle, and so nobody's in position. It allows Hamlin to get the score.
That's why people say stuff like swarming to the football.
Yeah,
That's
Play
what,
to the whistle,
that's what
right? Play
Swarming,
to the whistle.
Swarming the football and playing to the whistle.
There you go.
That's what happens when you don't do that. Is that kick was on?
kick
Oh
is
my
up,
goodness.
and it is good.
That went to the warning track.
3:15 to go until the half. 7-0 Jellico. Back with an ad break in just a moment here on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
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 is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E.
All right, back here at Knox Central High School, 3:15 to go till halftime. Jellico up 7-0. Shout out to Brandon Hensley, the voice of the Cumberland Patriots, as Cumberland will invade Barberville next Thursday night in the annual Brass Lantern Bowl. So I hope to see you there, my friend, as I will be doing PA for Union. It should be a fun night next Thursday.
So about 2 years ago, whenever they were playing for the Brass Lantern, there was a lot of heat and lightning, or I believe just lightning delays. I don't know about heat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, when they play.
Yes.
Can you play? I want to say like 2 o'clock.
We
in the
had a
morning.
long delay that night.
So I had actually went to the UK EKU game beforehand. They tried a little surprise onside kick there. Lynn Camp player could have grabbed it and just ran to the end zone.
He could
just
have
fell
done
on it.
that. And the funny thing about that, and you can get back to the story there, but you're kind of conditioned just to fall on it. But
Or
yeah, he
when the
had
ball's that short, you just leave it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go 10 yards, you just leave it.
But go ahead and finish your.
And
story
so I
there.
had went to the UK. I know you were talking earlier about Jeffrey Kennedy playing
Yeah.
a good game against the UK, and what I was going to say, I had forgotten what I was going to say. I watched UK play EKU 2 years ago, about around September, and UK had us beat at half. They were up like 14-13. It was a real close game, and I remember sitting there at halftime thinking, this is the second UK game I've been to, and I'm probably about to watch them lose to EKU. And we ended up pulling away. Ray Davis scored 2 touchdowns. We ended up winning like 28-14, something like that. But Yeah, that was a really close game. Then I came home, and I get home at like 9 o'clock, and a couple of my friends are like, hey, there's still the game still going on in Union. I'm like, okay, so I came by, and then I waited 3 hours, and about midnight, I was like, I'm just going to go home. I got church in the morning.
I didn't make church that morning, by the way.
Beautiful play. Look at the blocks on that play.
Great
Beautiful
there
play.
from Wren. DJ Wren with a big play for Lynn Camp.
That's a needed play from Lynn Camp to get that offense going. Just get one explosive play.
Gets that field position back in the Wildcat favor.
If they can tie this game up or even take the lead with a 2-point conversion whenever they get the ball back at the half, it's definitely, you're putting Lynn Camp in good position to win.
About that game was going very smooth, very quick when the weather delay hit. And it just made a long night. But, man, that game was going really good. It was a really good game.
Yeah, I remember it was like 10-7, I believe, was the final score.
The game winner was a pick six from the Cumberlands. Yeah. Now, Brandon, you have to correct me if I'm wrong there, but I believe that's what it was there, so if you're still watching. The big pick six. But it was a really good contest. We'll take an ad break here. Back in a moment on the Blue Gold Network.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central media and...
All right, back to action. 3:08 to go till halftime. 1st and 10 for the Campers. Ball at the 26-yard line, so a chance for Lynn Camp to tie the score up. Wren on the keeper.
Golly, what a block from the running backs right there. That's what made that play work right there. Those two running backs who just led block for DJ Wren right there, pancake two guys. It's a beautiful play right there from the Wildcats.
Great play, another first down for Lynn Camp. 3 minutes to go.
We didn't have a first down. We didn't have a first down, I believe, till like 2 minutes left in the first quarter. We've had a whole lot of first downs as of late. I think both teams are getting in a groove.
So I knew Brandon would come through. It was about 5:41 in the third when Nate Hancock, a 52-yard pick six, made it 10-7. That was your final score last 2 years ago in the game for the Brass Lantern. So we'll revisit that next Thursday night over at Williamson Stadium under the lights.
False start against the Wildcats.
That's a drive killer. That penalty right there, I will tell you as a football player, 90% of the time, those false starts, you got your momentum going.
Exactly.
I can tell you, even as a lineman, you'll get down in your stance, and even just falling forward a little bit in your stance, you'll throw that flag. You see, now at first you were in the red zone. You got 1st and 10. Now you're outside of the red zone. It's 1st and 15, and now you're having to fight for 5 more yards that you wouldn't have had to fight for in the first place. Less than 2.5 to go here in the half. Jellico just trying to hold on. If Jellico can hold on, that means very good news for Jellico. Is if Lynn Camp scores, takes the lead with a 2-point conversion, they'll have the ball back at the half. He's going to run outside. Just tries to get as much as he can on that far right sideline. Brings it about to the previous line of scrimmage.
Gregory on the carry there on the outside, getting some good yardage. Some of that back makes it 2nd down. 2nd and 12 now.
They will bring up a 2nd down.
Ball to 18-yard line. Clock continues. Well, no, it did stop as Gregory did go out of bounds.
See, to be honest, if I'm Corbin, if I'm Lynn Camp, I was thinking of Corbin area right there. If I'm Lynn Camp, I'm running this formation right here, and I'm running QB keep, and I'm making those running backs run up as he's going to keep it to the left. But the play
nice
where
cutback.
they're just going.
Look at Wren go. Another missed
that's
tackle.
Just,
a third missed tackle.
Fancy. Goodness, he looks
A
like
fourth missed tackle.
What's
And he
the,
gets it down inside the 5-yard
what's
line.
the Tennessee-Arkansas game where the guy is the punt return, he breaks like 10 tackles? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
believe so, yeah.
That's what it looked like right there. It's reverse field, but that same formation, have DJ, snap the ball and have the two running backs just go up there, and they forced together at least 7 or 8 yards every time they ran that play.
DJ Wren with the first down. Lynn Camp in business under 2 minutes.
Look, you
Till
got
halftime, ball at the 4-yard line.
3 or 4 different Jellico players hanging their hands on their knees, and they're sucking for air down there.
Credit to Jellico defense. They were there, but the athleticism from Wren caused the missed tackles. And they just go up the middle and power it into the end zone, but we've got
but there is a
flag
flag.
on the play.
I want to say there was a false start because it looked like number 11 right there,
That's-
or a legal formation.
You got it on you hit it on the head there, Harrison, because that play, they caught them off guard, and they did because they started a little bit early. So that's going to.
Is that a false start? I'm just making sure. Might have been an illegal formation.
So you may not be seeing the video on the screen. Little video technical issue. Don't worry about that. We've done radio before, so it's theater of the mind right now, Harrison. So
Absolutely.
We'll lay it out here for you. Again, 1:55 to go. I think we're back. But 1:55 to go. Ball on the 9-yard line now from the penalty. So we'll see if Lynn Camp can recover on that.
I do believe it's 1st and goal, though.
Yes. And they're just going to go up the middle with
Wren's the
Wren.
keeper. You have that little, you had the.
And they get back around to the original line of scrimmage.
You had that fullback over there to your right, Lee blocking. I mean, I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Lynn Camp has completed a pass all game. I don't know if Jellico has, but I know Jellico's attempted a lot more passes.
With all the running and the flags and things, if they have, I've missed it. So we'll just say that right there. But ball at the 4-yard line, original line of scrimmage, so it is 2nd and goal. Clock continues to run, 1:20 to go till halftime. So
Fumble on the play.
fumble on the play,
Goodness,
snuffed
that could
out
be
by Jellico.
ball.
And
If that's Jellico football, I don't know about the luck for the.
well, let's see.
I think it just.
Ball is recovered by the Wildcats.
So Lynn Camp recovers it. The clock continues to run. We're approaching a minute to go till halftime.
A 3rd down.
You
of
see, like
our
you
first
said,
game.
the clock is still running. So what if? So Lynn Camp was able to get a little breather right there for about 5 or 6 seconds because they had to stop the clock. So a little bit of good from that.
Loss of a yard on that. Third and 5, 3rd and goal from the 5. 43 seconds and counting. Wren just going to keep it himself. Cuts to the right.
Formation.
Short of the goal, though.
Lynn Camp doesn't have any timeouts.
Plenty of time to run that
30
play.
seconds.
So as it's 4th down and goal.
See, that's a problem with like a huddle team is that, you don't have any signals.
So
when it
ball at
comes
the
to no
2.
huddle.
Looks like we may have gone out
believe he
again
stopped
on the
short.
video.
Oh, he might be fighting for a tutty.
I don't think he
Oh,
got
he's
it.
short. That was 4th down.
So Lynn Camp denied at the goal line. Again, video issues, so it's
They're
a
gonna
black
have to-
screen, so just listen to us.
They're going to have to come back at half and try and score, tie it up, because if not, Jellico will take a hold of this game very quickly.
So golden opportunity by the Wildcats did not
Did not
happen. And what started it, Harrison? A flag, right? It was, again, a drive killer. That first down play. Got
So
the
they
flag.
were short by a yard, right?
They were short
Those
by a
5
yard.
yards.
Yep.
They're 4 yards in the end zone.
So again, apologize for the technical difficulties, black screen, but you should be able to still hear us. And that's all that's important, right? You're
Ball is
hearing
on
Harrison.
Jellico's 1. You see, you can't really kneel it right here
No, you
because you might
can't.
get pushed back for a safety, so I think it's just going to be a sneak.
And that's kind of what they do. You called it right. And a good sneak, by the way. Got
If he
some
would
yardage.
have kept his footing right there, he was probably gone.
And don't need to run another play as the
you're on the
clock
half.
has hit 0. And we are at the half with your score, Jellico 7 and Lynn Camp 0. So we'll take an ad break, take care of things, and we'll be back for halftime here on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
This
is
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millward & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millward & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to millwardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central media journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or digital subscription. Go Panthers. This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millward & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Milton Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to miltoncastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community news, sports, and more, pick up a copy today or visit mountainadvocate.com. Thank you to the Mountain Advocate for featuring Knox Central media journalism students with print partnership and highlights of our photographers and more. Use code KC2025, that's KC2025, for 25% off a local print or
Justin's first period.
All right, back here at the 2025 Pioneer Bowl, halftime here as Jellico leads Lynn Camp 7-0. And so I'm joined here by a special guest. I'm going to let her take over because she's one of the newest members of the Blue and Gold Network. So take it away.
Hey everyone, my name is Shelby Smith and I'm a freshman here at Knox Central High School. I'm one of the media students and we are so excited to bring back the interviews this year.
Okay, so Shelby, let me ask you this. So what piqued your interest in media? And just tell us a little bit about your interest with media.
Well, I've always been around Knox Central. It's always been a part of my life. And when I came to football games, you see all these people taking pictures and coming up here and commentating. I was just like, that is something I would love to do.
All right.
Yeah.
So what have you done so far? I know it's early in the school year. I think 2 weeks in?
Yes.
So what have you done so far with the network and with just media in general?
We have been working on projects in class that are helping us at games, and we've taken pictures, and it's just been very busy already.
Very busy already.
Yes.
So now I know, and we'll talk about this here in a moment because you're involved in some athletics yourself and things like that, but are you looking to kind of put the headset on and do a little bit of broadcasting as well?
Oh, yes. I would love to commentate and all kinds of stuff. I love watching all sports. That is my favorite thing. I also play softball, so I play basketball and softball.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
So we'll definitely get to that. Maybe we can do a volleyball game.
Yes.
Right? Oh, nice segue. Let's talk about volleyball.
Yes.
Knox Central had a big win earlier this week. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
They did. The Panthers took down the Jaguars a few days ago, and our girls, they are playing really good, and they took on Clay County last night, and they beat them. So they are now 0-2.
So 2 wins on the season for Knox Central, a 5-set thriller Tuesday night against North Laurel. Last night taking care of Clay County, a big district matchup actually next Tuesday down at Pineville. And so I know I'll be there. I kind of do some stuff for Pineville in the sense of the PA department, but looking forward to that one as Pineville coming off 2 district titles in a row, taking on who may be the favorite this year in the district in Knox Central. Is there anything you can tell us about the team so far and what you've seen?
Yes, we have a bunch of key players, and everybody plays a part. That's what helps us. It's a team sport. And we have a bunch of people. Blakely Castle, she is a media student, and she plays volleyball. And Emma McDonald, Amelia Lefford, they are all very good volleyball players, and they all play together very well.
And I believe Kennedy Jones
Kennedy
as well.
Jones, yes.
A rising junior, if you will. But a good nucleus there, and I think they may be tough to beat in the district this year. So let's talk a little bit about your transition from middle school to high school as your freshman. So what's it been like for you academically or just environmentally coming to Knox Central?
It's a very big difference, but it's a good difference.
Okay.
It's a bigger school, but you're meeting all these people that you've seen, and you're just used to it. But it's definitely a different environment. You're more on your own, and it's a reality check really, because you're in there and you're like, well, I'm on my own now, so it's very good.
Let me ask you this. Now, the regimen of playing sports where, schedules and things like that, how do you think that helps or intertwines with your academic side of things?
Well, in order to play sports, you have to be in check academically. So if you're not keeping up in class, you're not going to get to play much. So That's what helps us a lot. And we have a bunch of smart people here. Like there's on teams and stuff, we never have any problems.
So a lot of organization
Yes.
as well, right? You know, when
Yeah.
it's like going to class, being
Go-
organized, juggling, you know, the academic side versus the athletic side as well.
It definitely teaches us responsibility.
Very good,
Yes.
especially at a young age, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about basketball for a moment. You were talking to me on the break. You play basketball, and but also you play softball. We'll talk about basketball first. New look this year. Had
Yes.
some graduation last year. Some key players not on the program anymore. But tell us a little bit. I know it's early, you know, a couple months down the line. But what is Knox Central Lady Panther basketball looking like this year?
We are missing some girls, and we will miss them tremendously. But what's going to help us is we're going to work hard. We've already set that tone at the beginning practices. You know, we're getting in shape or running, but we are going to be hard workers, and we all know that, and we've all set that tone. So we're going to outwork everybody as much as we can.
Very good. And now let's jump to softball. So you played softball at the middle school level.
Yes.
So looking forward to the high school level. Did you get any time at the high school level?
I did.
Okay.
Yes.
So how did you enjoy that?
I enjoyed it very much. It's definitely a different tempo. Softball is very fast, and it's when you get older, you get stronger, and a lot of stuff just changes, but you just hop right in, and it just keeps going.
Do you have a favorite, basketball, softball, or what?
I don't know. I don't like to say I have a favorite because I put in time equally in both. So I really like the season in basketball, but softball, it's definitely like it just gets you better, you know?
Speaking of basketball, kind of runs in your family.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. There's a couple of people I can think of, definitely, but tell us a little bit about basketball and your family.
Yes, my mom, she played here all 4 years, and she liked to shoot. She tells me all the time. She pushes me very hard, but she just knows how good we can be, you know?
And then I believe, let's see, did we have another family member? I was thinking Jacob.
Yeah.
There you go. Jacob played very well at his time at Knox
Yes,
Central.
my Uncle Jacob, he was a very good basketball player from what I can remember and what they tell me. I was very little, but
okay.
I know.
So you're saying he's an old guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, about your mom, she currently works with Joy McKeon there on that award-winning cheerleading squad.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that and just kind of seeing your mom and all the success that they're having? Does that make you proud?
Yes, it really does. Because, you know, watching my mom push herself every day to be better for girls other than me and my sisters, she just teaches me how to be strong and how to carry a job and another job and kids. And she just really helps everyone.
Very good. Now, back to you for a moment. You're in the media now, and I know it's a big interest. Is that something you're looking to do beyond high school, or do you have other academic pursuits?
I've made some decisions, but it could change, you know,
Sure.
at a young age.
Just a
like
freshman, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, again, still early, but are there schools maybe you're looking at? Because you can always change, but
Yes.
what do you?
I really like, I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but I love the University of Tennessee.
Okay.
Their softball team's great. That would be a dream of mine to play for Tennessee. Yes.
Yeah, I love softball as well. I'm a big Oklahoma Sooner fan.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you saw the matchup there in the World
yes.
Series. That was a classic,
Yes.
right?
It's always a good game between them two.
Yeah, they have a really good program down there in Tennessee. We've kind of given them a couple players, too, through the transfer portal, but neither here nor there. So any final thoughts or anything as we are about a minute away or so from the second half? Have you had a chance to watch tonight's game? Any thoughts on that?
Oh, yes. It's been a very game. Like, it's been back and forth all the time. It's just awesome. And I'm excited for this next matchup because I feel like both teams are equally spread, and I'm excited to see them go head-to-head.
All right, real quick, any shout-outs before we take a break?
Shout out, Mom.
Shout out, Mom. Right? You better remember, Mom.
Yes.
All right. Well, Shelby, thank you for joining us. Good luck to you and everything that you do here at Knox Central. So we'll be back here in a moment for the second half of the first game of the Pioneer Bowl, Jellico and Lynn Camp. Back in a moment on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
This
is
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support the Knox Central Media students by following our social media outlets on Facebook at Blue and Gold Network and on YouTube at KCHS Panther News. This stream is exclusively produced by media students.
Millward & Castle, your auto accident attorney, located on the Court Square in Barberville, provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Millward & Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to milwardandcastle.net.
Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more.
Bombshell Beauties, located on Knox Street in Barberville, offers a wide variety of women's clothing, shoes, accessories, hair products, and lash extensions, and much more. Also, visit their Pineville location in downtown. Find them on Facebook at Bombshell Beauties or give them a call at 606-546-4789.
The Mountain Advocate has been Knox County's most trusted news source since 1904. For the latest in community...
All right, back here at the Pioneer Bowl. Getting ready for the third quarter, 7-0 your score. Jellico on top. Steve Black, Harrison Trosper. Harrison, again, his 50th streaming game. Congratulations, my friend. And so how does it feel to be that far, the 50, right?
Gosh, man.
Can't believe it, right?
It feels the same. You're halfway to 100. Now that I'm doing football, we're going to have some more baseball and softball streams. I wouldn't be surprised if I hit the 150 mark at some point.
Harrison, you're doing a great job. And so, again, his third year with the Blue and Gold program, doing really good. And I'm going to give it back to him as we get started here in the second half. Now, guys, just to let you know, no video at the moment. We're still dealing with that. So it's called Theater of the Mind. So just we'll try to paint that picture for you as that kick goes out of the end zone.
Both kickers.
We've had two really good kickoffs today.
Kickoffs. Golly.
And, you know, this is high school, right? You know, you find a really good kicker once in a blue moon, right? But we've had a couple of really nice kickoffs here. So that ball is going to be, I think, at the 20-yard line. Yes, I know in college it's a 25, right? But here in high school, 20-yard line as Lynn Camp, again, they blew a golden opportunity there late in the second quarter. Tell us about that again.
1-yard line.
Yeah.
You see, but they ended that drive on the 1-yard line, but how many penalties do they have that drive?
Couple of penalties there, and again, penalties will stymie your drives, and so you were first and goal at the 4, drove it into the end zone, but it was called back due to a penalty.
Yeah, but kind of back to, going back to that end of the half, I mean, that completely changes the game. As Wren's going to keep it left, finds him a little bit of a hole there, pushes forward, takes a man, drags man on his back. You see, that's a first down right there for Lynn Camp.
Finally brought down by Ethan Souders. First down for Lynn Camp. So Wren doing a nice job making some good runs here. Hopefully that will translate and snowball, if you will, into good drives.
So you talk about me and my 50th stream. What stream do you think this would be for you? Over
You know,
your broadcasting career?
honestly, I never kept count. I mean, I've been doing I've been broadcasting or PAing since the 90s when I worked at Union College. That's where I got my start in the sense of that. So I couldn't tell you. Maybe a little bit more than 50, but
just a little bit.
It's just fun. It's fun to do. Nice run up the middle, second down for Lynn Camp.
Lynn Camp's getting the running game going. That's all they need. So I wonder how much time is going to be between each game. Do you have any idea?
Probably, I would say, maybe 30 to 45 minutes. I mean, right now, weather-wise, is pretty nice.
It's starting to cool down a lot more. As soon as the sun starts to go back behind the mountains, I say we'll probably end this game as soon as it starts getting real. Stars start popping out. It's nighttime.
So Coach King, Justin King, he was loving the fact of some baseball streams.
Here
Nice
we
break
go.
run from Wren.
Breaking away, Wren takes it to the 32-yard line. Huge run there from DJ Wren.
Tackle.
Found himself to sleeve. A lot of really good blocks from his players right there.
Well, tackle by Ballard. So Coach King loved your talk about baseball streams. He'd love to see that. So.
Knox Central's baseball team been a spectacle the last few seasons. You've got Casey Bright going to Evansville. You got a few guys going to Union. You got people going all over the place. And so,
speaking of Coach King, a standout in his day. I was doing PA at that time and got to see him pitch, and he played some over at Union as well.
Handoffs. That's read like a textbook right there. He's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. But we're going to I know my freshman year we didn't really get to do any baseball streams because when we get to – I cannot tell you how stressful it is whenever it comes district and region time. I mean, there's so much – because not only are – as media kids, we don't just worry about blue and gold. We're on graduation. We're on baccalaureate.
Yeah.
We're on everything. So we're not just worried about region week. We're worried about
It's not called Blue and Gold Sports. It's called Blue and Gold Network, right? So you're doing a lot of different things.
Yes.
Guess what? Another penalty.
I should have started counting. At the
we
game.
can start clicking that off, right?
Shoot, gosh.
So good
15-yard
opportunity.
penalty?
Yeah, a big one there.
Holding. I wonder what that could have been.
So if you're just joining us, we had a good conversation with freshman Shelby Smith, who's new to the media program, and she's going to be interviewing an alum of the media program. Sunny Ann Parton is here tonight, so looking forward to that.
Very thankful for Sunny Ann and what she has done. As DJ Wren is going to take off, puts one right into the dirt as he is close to a first down. He's going to be about, or he did get the first down. Down, I believe he's in the red zone.
I think Lynn Camp is starting to find something there with Wren.
Yes, the run game is blowing up. But back to what I was saying.
Go ahead.
Sunny Ann, very grateful for what she did. She kind of really helped pave that way to get in this pathway to become a thing. And now going to UK, working with SEC Network, doing a lot of great things up there in Lexington.
I'm hoping that she can get me some tickets to the softball, the SEC tournament. It's going to be at UK this year.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I mean, no point because Oklahoma's going to be out the first round.
Oh, shots fired here and the Blue and Gold Network.
Number 13.
Gregory on the carry, brought down by Ballard.
Hold on, I believe if that's the Jamie Gregory that I'm thinking of, he used to go to Knox Central. I knew a Jamie Gregory in middle and high, but if that's the same Jamie Gregory, then I have some days going back in number 13 there.
So King has said go Dogs. So I don't know if he means Georgia. I'm talking about, I don't know. So I just saw that. I just saw that as a comment.
That's actually the college I've been looking at.
Or maybe dogs as in Bulldogs, right? Go Union.
UCU. COMMODEAN.
Still getting used to that, right? Union Commonwealth University. Wren was looking to hand it off. Was going to take it himself, and he is
kind of
brought
like a busted
down.
play right there. Am I wrong?
I think he was looking to get it to Gregory. Maybe there was some miscommunication there, but held on to the ball. Lived to play another play, right, as it is third down. 7:50 to go here in the third. Still 7-0 to Jellico. So Jellico scored in the second quarter, and that's off of a 16-yard run by quarterback Owen Morgan. Now, Morgan He had to be helped off the field there in the second quarter. We don't know if he'll return.
He's still sitting over there on the bench if you could see it. You see, I personally, it looked like I seen many hits like that. Oh, my gosh, perfect read right there, but DJ Wren breaks 2 or 3 tackles. Linebacker read that play perfectly, but back to what I was saying. You see, what I kind of thought, the way he led with his shoulder, if I had to guess, since he's been out this long, it's a shoulder injury.
Yep.
Because usually when you see hits like that, and he was kind of like he was moving around on the ground, but it looked like he just got the air knocked out of him. But
I think
clearly that's not the case.
I think we're going to take a ad break here as we have a player down. 7:10 to go here in the third. Jellico up 7-0 here on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171.
All right, back here at Knox Central High School. Third quarter, 7:10 to go here in the third. Jellico on top, 7-0. Steve Black, Harrison Trosper with you. Again, Harrison celebrating his 50th stream with the network here. So, again, congratulations, my friend.
50th stream, but first football game.
First football game, Yeah, Harrison played on the field for a couple years. Now he's in the press box.
As DJ Wren throws wide. Oh, he was open. Oh, almost caught for a touchdown right there. But going back to sort of my playing days here at Knox Central, I'm actually commentating against 3 coaches that I played under. Coach Buckner and both of the Wells twins that coach at Whitley County now. 3, Class Act guys. Love playing under those guys. I hated to, see Buckner leave and go to Boyle County, and now he's made his home in Whitley County. Love those guys. Some of the best people you ever meet. I actually talked to their dad who used to coach for us. We always called him Papa Wells. I got to talk to him down over there behind the end zone. Just some of the nicest people you'll meet. Class Act guys.
Very good. So Connor Mabe, the intended receiver on that. A little bit of error under that ball there from DJ Wren, as Mabe was behind the defense there in the end zone. It was all for naught as the ball is turned over on downs, and Jellico will have possession at the 6:47 mark here in the third quarter, still up 7-0. Again, the only score of the contest, 16-yard touchdown run from Owen Morgan there in the second quarter, and we have a timeout. And we'll just keep it right here.
Let's keep it right here.
So let me ask you a little bit. I'm going to interview you a little bit here, Harrison. So, two weeks into the school year. So, what have you guys done so far, media-wise? I know it's the first football game, but I know you've had some other things going on. So, what's happening? And maybe take us through. Maybe take us through the day in the life of what you do with the media here at Knox Central.
So I'm in the 4th period yearbook class, which is one of our dual credit classes we do through Union. So we've done more in the first 2 weeks of school this year than any other year. We are loaded. We are on top of things. This is the most organized we've ever been, which this is our 3rd year of having this pathway.
Yeah.
When we had our first year, Matlock was all over the place. We were all over the place.
Kind of finding yourselves, though. It's new, right?
We're finding a lot of things. We figured the stuff out. You see, this isn't the rough part. The rough part, like I was talking about, April, May, all that stuff. That's the real rough part. But you love media. Media, I've always said, is the biggest family in the school. We put up every Facebook post. We put up every, Instagram, this and that. We run pretty much just about everything that you guys see is ran by us.
Now, don't you do some things with the local paper as well,
we
right?
work with the Mountain Advocate as well. I forgot to talk about that. But the Union dual credit thing was introduced last year, which is a big opportunity for a lot of our kids here.
All right, after the timeout, 6:47 to go here in the third, 7-0 Jellico on top.
Perfect
Blue
blitz by
Devils with the
DJ
ball.
Wren as two's going to pick it up, head down the south. Oh, big hit right there. But
Caden Hamlin on the carry
what
there.
I was going to say right there is number 8's down. Oh, we have another injury. It's the 3rd injury for Jellico so far this
And
game.
that is the backup quarterback here. So number 8, Clayton Hamlin,
Is that his-
as Owen Morgan got injured in the first half. So we'll keep it here and talk a little bit more. So talk a little bit more about what's going on within the media. Again, in your 3rd year, you're kind of finding yourselves right. You're kind of the lessons learned and
Yeah.
stuff. So your time to shine. So what are some other things you got going on here, say in the fall?
So with fall, you've got volleyball and you got football. Those are mostly like your main stuff. But then you've got, you got concerts and stuff. You got festivals and this and that. And so we don't just cover, like you said, Blue and Gold Network, not Blue and Gold Sports Network. So Mr. Matlock, a lot of people have joked around and said, I'm Mr. Matlock's yes man. I do what he tells me to do. And that's what a lot of our media guys, a lot of that, if you're in his class, you're all over the building. If you have free time, okay, take this camera, take this microphone, go and interview these teachers, ask these questions. You're just doing that constantly. You're doing something. But it's not like busy work. Like, it's stuff that, like, it gets done.
Yep.
And it's done, and he trusts a lot of the people in the media department.
Yeah.
Like, I've gained his trust a lot. I know a lot of our people, if you just do your job, and I want to say, you don't have to just sit around and let him bully you, because he doesn't. He's a reasonable guy, and he'll, do stuff that's within your workload.
Yep.
And so you'll go do stuff, like I said, about like interviewing and that sort of thing. But he loves Knox Central, and he wants what's the best for Knox Central, and he knows that these kids love doing stuff like this.
Well, wouldn't you say, though, I mean, like yourself and others that are part of the program, it's something that you're very interested in, and if you love doing what you do, it's not work, right?
Yep.
As the old adage. So we can talk more about that as we get along. Okay, the injury taken care of. We're back here. The clock is beginning to run again, and so Clayton Hamlin still is in the game, so he's doing okay. 1st and 10 from the 21, and he'll take it himself. Gets short yardage. Good coverage there from Lynn Camp.
Oh, we got some scuffle. He got a scuffle after the play right there.
They say play.
Very surprised the flag wasn't
They say
thrown.
play to the whistle, but the whistle already blew, right?
Yeah, I'm very surprised the flag wasn't thrown there. That was some unnecessary roughness. We got a cramp.
And that's another thing in the early or late
Especially with how
August
hot it's
games,
been,
right? Yeah,
how
because
hot
of
it's been.
cramping. Got to stay well hydrated. So did you keep yourself hydrated when you played, Harrison?
You see, that was just one of those things. You would walk around. You just get yourself a water bottle. You walk around between every period. You'll fill up your water bottle in between class. So you're drinking 7 bottles of water. That's usually what I do. Not everybody hydrated. Some people carry around jugs. Some people carry, but I really like the liquid IV. I would, get me a little pack of liquid IV.
The
sprinkle a little
electrolytes
bit.
and stuff
yeah,
like
it felt
that.
good. But
Act like I know what I'm talking about.
so
honestly.
when we played County for the season opener 3 years ago, I was in 8th grade. I was playing. I was spectating. It was when this field was getting the turf was being put in.
Yep.
So we played down at
Played at Union.
No, played at
oh
middle
no,
school.
the old school,
Yeah, we
right?
played at
Yes,
the,
that's
the
right.
old high school. It was
Okay.
right up the middle there. Going to be
So
4th down.
We
But,
can we can expound on that
Oh
later
yeah,
as well.
but the big part about that game and what I learned and what watching and what happened afterwards, and what Buckner talked about before the first game, my freshman year, is that cramps. It was a big time. There were so many kids that came out with cramps that game, and Clay County almost mounted a big 20-point comeback because so many kids were just cramping and cramping. So hydration, it's just one of those things. When you're a football team, you don't want to have to worry about the little things.
Exactly.
You don't want to have to worry about the ball being snapped to the quarterback. It should already be cut and dry. It should be like riding a bicycle by the first game of the year. That's what a lot of coaches are looking for. You see, that's why things like false starts and that sort of thing aren't really – they're still frowned upon by coaches, but stuff like fumbling snaps, not doing the simple, correct things, that's what will tick a coach off.
So penalty on the play, no surprise there. We've had a lot of flags here tonight. Going to make it 3rd and 8 from the 23. Up the middle.
Snuck forward a good 5 or 6 yards.
Good gain there, but it's going to be short of the first down. We are approaching 5 minutes to go here in the 3rd. If you're just joining us, 7-0. Jellico on top. Jellico's touchdown. 16-yard keeper from quarterback Owen Morgan. there in the second quarter. Lynn Camp had a chance to tie it there late in the quarter, Harrison, and they put it in from the 4-yard line, but the flag on the play kind of derailed that, and they couldn't get it in on 4th down. So that's where we stand right now, under 5 minutes to go here in the third.
So Jellico, they're in control. Lynn Camp has to score. I mean, if they get the 2-point conversion, they've only got to score one time to take the lead. But if they're kicking extra points, Lynn Camp's got to score twice, and they haven't scored yet here in the third quarter. So Jellico, they're just running the ball out and hoping that the defense can hold on.
So timeout on the field. And so let's talk a little bit about our second game. It's going to be Whitley County coming over, taking on the host school Knox Central. And so just give us a little bit of what you've seen so far from Knox Central, or what could we expect tonight from the Panthers, Harrison?
So where I've played the last 2 years, the season openers were both against Whitley County. Knox Central, they're out for blood this year. I can tell you that. I mean, watching them play against Campbell County, I went and watched them play Campbell County where they thrashed them 49-0. Went up and played a very tough Wayne County team. This is a team that's been 5-5 the last 4 or 5 years. 5-5 both years last year, the year before that. This team, they hate being mediocre. That's all they talk about. Don't be mediocre. I cannot understate how important this is what last year's Somerset game was for us. If you remember the Somerset game last year, Somerset was one of the top-ranked teams in the state. They were ranked, at the time, they ended up dropping later on in the season. At the time, they were the 3rd-ranked team in 2A. They were number 2 in WYMT rankings, ahead of Corbin. And we took them down on this field, 14-7. I'll never forget that. That was huge momentum. We ended up winning 4 straight. Yeah, we finished 5-5, but that was a huge momentum swing. So if they win this game, and they win a game, they go beat Marion County, they go and beat South Laurel. There's a very, very, very possible chance they could be 6-0 going to Log Mountain.
That could be something to see. We'll see what happens with that. Back on the field, it is 4th down and 8. And we are going to get another quick kick.
Quick kick. You called a fair catch.
Fair catch, and he decides to run with it, and another flag. Shout out to Les Dixon, who is watching tonight from Corbin, Kentucky.
Another guy that's made a lot of things.
I'm Les Dixon's favorite, person, right? And I'm his number 1 fan. That's yeah. He paid me for that.
Okay,
so.
yeah.
Check, I need that check, Les, but
I heard it's about a month too late. But Les is another one of those guys that's made a lot of things possible. The flag has been waved off, but Les, another guy that makes these media things possible.
Yeah,
he's helped a lot of these schools. I mean, when he comes to running the region tournament, he does an amazing job up there at the Corbin Arena. One of the best guys you'll see around here in the media scene.
Yeah, I think in some cases underappreciated for what he does over the years.
He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody sees.
Yeah. And a Hall of Famer in softball as a softball coach.
Really?
So, yeah, he was a great softball coach. I believe it. You have to correct me if I'm wrong, Les, and he will correct me if I'm wrong. But he had a team called the Vipers, and a lot of those players were standouts in the 13th region. All right, back to action. Lynn Camp with the ball. And ran up the middle on 1st down.
If you know anything about 13th Region softball, they've been making some noise. North Laurel making it to the state championship game and falling to Henderson County. But you want to talk about the noise that the 13th Region has made across all sports. You got Corbin going to region title games in football, and Bell County going to state championship games. Baseball, Whitley County won the state championship 2 or 3 years ago. North Laurel making it to the state championship in softball. Then they make it to the state quarterfinal in basketball, and then you see all these teams that are making you got Trent Noah and Reed Shepherd going and playing at Kentucky. I mean, 13th Region, these mountain boys know how to play. If there's one thing they know how to play sports.
2nd and 9, Lynn Camp with the I said basketball. I just said I was with the basketball. I got that basketball mentality. Yeah. So Lynn Camp with the football. As that run was busted by the Jellico defense, it'll make it 3rd and long. We are 3:35 to go here in the third. First game of the Pioneer Bowl.
Oh, yeah, as long as Jellico keeps playing like this, they'll be right and tight. They can win this game 7-0 if they just keep playing defense like this, even with 2 injured quarterbacks. I see Owen Morgan down there. No. Oh, sorry. I thought it was 74. No, he's still down there on the bench. I saw a 7, and I thought he had his helmet on up and moving around, but he doesn't.
A little deceptive there. 3rd and 12. They are in Blue Devil territory. Ran back to pass.
But Clayton Hamlin, I do see him moving around up there. Oh, my goodness.
Nice hit by Caden Hamlin. Separated the ball from his body.
You got some barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me? The great Gus Johnson, one of my favorite commentators of all time. Denzel Ward.
So right now, I think as the result of the hit, Lynn Camp player down. So it's going to make it 4th down on the incomplete pass. But
is that
you were talking about? We're going to change gears here. But you were talking about Trent Noah and Reed Shepard, playing at UK. Well, let's talk about Reed and the Houston Rockets.
Oh, yeah.
So we got an NBA player here in the 13th region.
Number 3 pick in the draft, and he was coming off the bench with Cal. But you want to talk about another guy, Reese Davidson?
Yeah,
that guy's. I mean,
he could be a Mr. Basketball candidate possibly this year.
And I know he recently moved to Madison Central, but Grayson Burton, born and raised here in Knox County, but he ended up moving to Madison Central, and now Madison Central is the front runner for the 11th region up there. Very tough region.
And I believe Grayson just a sophomore, right?
Grayson's just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
See, so I grew up with Grayson. I went to Lay Elementary with him, hung out with him a lot. We were really close friends in elementary school. And you know what we did whenever we hung out? Played basketball. Hey, you want to go shoot some basketball? We're going to play some basketball. When Kevin was coaching at Union, hey, Dad's coaching a game up here. I think I'm going to go up here and get me some shots. This kid lives and breathes basketball and always has. He's a great kid. He's a good kid in the classroom. He's always, real nice guy, real humble. He doesn't really boast about the things that he does, but it's good to see him get an opportunity at a big school like Madison Central. He's going to fit right in over there. He's going to show that 11th region. Like I said, Mountain boys know how to play.
Now, speaking of basketball, I think we'd be remiss without mentioning Coach Madden. Having to step down, dealing with some health issues.
Huge
we want prayers and thoughts that he deals with that, and then hopefully a full recovery, and maybe we can see him back on the sidelines here at KC.
I got to interview Coach Madden many times up here in that gym right over there. I played under him for a little bit. I cannot even understate or overstate like how awful that is for something to happen to a guy like that, because he loves Knox Central. He came in and he had a mission, and his mission was to win the region, go to state, do whatever he can, and he did everything he could for this team. And for something like cancer to override that, I mean, he's a fighter. If there's anything I know about Coach Madden, he's a fighter. And us here at Knox Central, we really appreciate him. We love him. And especially his family. Prayers out for him, hoping for a very speedy recovery.
Also, the Lynn Camp player being carried off. He was able to get up, so that's a good sign as well.
I think this might be an old roster. I think a lot of unlisted players, a lot of players that even I know personally that have transferred since from Lynn Camp. So
it's going to bring up a 4th and 12, 2:58 to go here in the third. So Lynn Camp will have to give the ball back over to Jellico. Been a defensive struggle at times, been a sloppily played game at times when it comes to penalty flags. Nice punt.
Jellico's played really nice defense. And he's going to field that punt, breaks one tackle, but gets brought down.
Yes.
Amazing punt. I mean, you keep really – I will say, of all the things, special teams has probably been the highlight of both of these teams. Great punts, great kickoffs, good returns, good tackles on the returns.
A nice change of field position too, Harrison, as that ball is now inside the 10-yard line. As Jellico will start with 2:49 to go here in the third. So I think we can say the sun is finally down. It seems to have cooled off a little bit.
I'd say those players are very happy right now.
So again, you're just joining us, Jellico, the only scorer of the contest back in the second quarter, 16-yard touchdown run from, at that time, then quarterback Owen Morgan, who has since left the game due to injury, now being replaced by Clayton Hamlin.
I believe it was Clayton that scored that touchdown. I think Owen Morgan came out before that.
Well, and we'll check on it. I think you're right there, so I stand corrected.
I could be wrong.
So we can go back and look. If we had a sports information director here, we could go check. Right, kind of have to do our own, but.
So we actually, talking more about blue and gold, we've added another paid position onto blue and gold. So usually the only people who get paid are people like me and you and the camera guy. But now people taking pictures on the field, they have an opportunity to get paid.
So everybody getting paid.
Yeah, that was a really big thing that Matlock was focused on this year, getting another paid position.
I think you're about $1.5 million a year. Is that what it is? I know they don't do it publicly, but that's your contract, right?
We're hoping to get a 25% raise, get up to $2 million.
All right, back to action here. Nice scrum there around the 15-yard line, as that'll make it a third down. Under 2 minutes to go till the end of the third.
I'm not going to lie, this is the most people I have seen at this field since 2018 when we took the region title.
It has filled out nicely here, especially in the second half.
It is a ball game, so you've got Jellico, Lynn Camp, Whitley, and
local,
Knox.
A lot of local teams. So again, after this one, we'll take a break, and then we will have the nightcap, and so probably about 30 to 45 minutes after this one ends, wherever that's at. But that'll be Whitley County and Knox Central. But right now, third down and 2.
Ooh, made him jump off sides. That's going to be a first down Jellico. And that could be a killer. Oh, a false start.
Against Jellico. So, again, it's a finger pointing, right? Who made the penalty this time?
Being a lineman, whenever that flag throws, I just look up, point at the guy right in front of me and say, it was him that did it.
Bring up a third down and 7. Ball spotted near the 11-yard line.
So, once again, another penalty flag kind of stopping things here. A third and 2 now turning into a third and 7.
You see, a third and 2, if you get stopped at the line of scrimmage, you got a very manageable fourth down. But now, if you get stopped at the line of scrimmage right here, it ain't looking pretty.
We've gone under a minute now here in the third.
Just killing the clock as much as they can. Jellico's defense is playing perfect. Oh!
Not a good pitch back there to Hamblin, but he makes the best of it. He's going to be short.
Now you see, how many yards did he gain right there? 3? How much was it to a first down before the penalty?
It was 2.
It was 2.
He would have got it. You're right. Now we will have to play the fourth down as the play clock is at 25. The game clock's at 27. And they're just going to let it run down here. Again, they will have to snap it before the end of the third.
Another quick kick.
Opportunity to get some yardage here.
Oh, he might take it back. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Lynn Camp. Woo! Tie it up here, or with a chance to tie it up here at the end of the third. That is a momentum swinger. That's absolutely massive for the Wildcats.
And there goes the siren. All right. I guess you could say that was the final play of the third quarter. They will kick the extra point before switching sides.
Gosh,
but
that's huge. So you're going into the fourth quarter, Jellico ball. I mean, if you're Jellico, you have to get good field position. You have to get some good field position. You got to field this kick. You got to take it back.
So punt return for a touchdown at the end of the third quarter. So we're going to kick the extra point, and then we will take a break as we get set for should be a fun fourth quarter, Harrison, since we're potentially all tied up here. But definitely the medicine that Lynn Camp needed for that punt return.
Looks like they're going for 2.
Timeout, Wildcats.
Yep, and they're going to do that. So let's take a quick media break as they come back and attempt the 2-point conversion. Back in a moment on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff
Barberville provides law services for personal injury, criminal defense, nursing home neglect, and auto accidents. Milton Castle has been practicing law in Knox County for 25 years. For more information, call them today at 606-546-5114 or go to miltoncastle.net.
All right, back to action here as Lynn Camp attempting a two-point conversion. So to get it straight here, because we've got information that's wrong from what we had from our PA announcer, Nick Cole. Raylan Humfleet with that kick return.
And it's good! Wildcats take the lead. First play of the fourth quarter is what I was going to say. Very interesting formation. That was no men more than a yard behind the ball.
We will be back for the fourth quarter here.
Now we're taking our quarter break.
Now we're going to take our quarter break. So after 3, it is Lynn Camp 8, Jellico 7. Back in a moment on the Blue Gold Network.
This
This is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for a halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
The game is completely flipped onto its head. I mean, completely. Getting that two-point conversion was very, very key because they have not been able to move the ball, but that punt return, that completely, you don't have to worry about offense at all if you just return the ball every time.
So officially the lights have come on here, Knox Central High School, as we start the fourth quarter.
These are brand new lights as well, I believe only used in 2 or 3 home games last year.
Is it called the LED lights? Is that what it is?
I know one of the first games that Middlesboro played with them was against us my freshman year. But I mean, it looks like Kroger Field whenever you like. So I used that. I was actually the first person to ever use them.
Oh.
There was a 5th and 6th grade North Laurel versus Knox County Middle School, and Tim showed me Tim Melton showed me the ropes, and I went up there and I
playing with the lights.
So it's like. There's like song presets, so you can play there's like 5 or 6 songs on there that the lights are preset like to it, like to the beat of the song.
That's cool.
And there's a couple you can just like change the lights. You can completely shut them off and turn them out. But yeah, it's real nice. It's one of the nicest things that we've added to our field.
Caden Hamlin getting off the field for Jellico. Recap things. So second quarter, 16-yard touchdown run. Clayton Hamlin made it 7-0 Jellico. Lynn Camp had a chance to tie it at the end of the half, but DJ Wren's 4-yard touchdown run negated by a penalty. They couldn't put it in at the 4th down. Last play of the third quarter, Raylan Humfleet with and I'm going to say 45 yards unofficially, punt return for the touchdown, 2-point conversion from DJ Wren, and that's our score, 8-7 Lynn Camp as we are in the final quarter.
I mean, it's just about do or die here for Jellico. I mean, I'm not going to say it because it's not. They can get a stop right here, or no, they could score a touchdown right here. They can get a stop, and they can win this game. Like it's 100% possible. But if they don't score right here, because they've been running the clock real low, if they don't score right here, they punt it. They give Lynn Camp the ball back. Lynn Camp's, they're up a score. Who knows what happens from there? You can tell both teams have found their groove, and they're playing a lot better in the fourth quarter as compared to the first quarter.
Second down, 4 up the gut, if you will. Guess what, Harrison?
False start.
Another penalty.
That very backer picked up his foot.
Number 6, Bryson Ballard for the Blue Devils. Brought down by number
So
7,
Ballard on the carry doesn't matter right now as we have a penalty.
Flag on the play.
Is it Braylon Humfleet? My correction there. So Braylon, so not an R, but a B. Braylon Humfleet. Thanks to Mr. Matlock for that.
This would be a huge win for Lynn Camp. You know, you're 1-0. You're going into Berea next week. Big game there. I mean, go win that. Go up to Knox County. You're playing Knox County at home, and then you got Thomas Walker at Jackson County. I mean, this team, if they're playing good, they can be about 5-2, 4-3 going into district play.
You get in a district,
very
and
tough district.
you've got Middlesboro, Williamsburg, Harlan, and Pineville. So
and then you end the season with Clay County at Clay County.
Fumbled snap picked up though by the quarterback up the middle. Short yardage will bring up a third down as we are approaching 10.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. So again, we have another game here tonight. Probably about 30, 45 minutes or so in between. Got to kind of clear the field, get ready, a chance to kind of warm up. And that'll be Whitley County and Knox Central. And the bringing back the Pioneer Bowl. It's been a while, but 2025 edition here at Knox Central High School.
So like I said, as a player that played last year, the games that we really looked forward to the most were one of the games. The Whitley County game was a big game for us. That was it's your season opener. Whitley County's a good team. They'll hang in there with a lot of some. I remember my freshman year, they hung right there with Bell County. They only lost to Bell County by one score. The same Bell County that went on to play in the state championship against Cal.
So Ballard at the quarterback position, just running it up the middle last couple of plays, making it a fourth down. Fourth down and 3 according to the scoreboard.
Huge fourth down.
Down to your third quarterback, Harrison, and maybe limited in the play calling as they've kind of given it his number the last couple times up the middle.
So if they punch it in before the half, they're up 2 scores.
So fourth down. Looks like another run up the middle. Does he get enough? He's going to push enough.
He's got it by a good margin.
So apparently Jellico is seeing something there, Harrison, from the line.
Looks like those D tackles
just get out 3 or 4 yards here and there, and it adds up. So that'll be a first down. Midfield.
Back to what I was saying. You punch in that touchdown here before the half, and you get the 2-point conversion. You're up 2 scores, and you're possibly getting a stop to get the ball back.
So I think right now, the way this game's going, if you're Jellico, you need to – Captain Obvious statement here, as Les would say. He's still watching, but Jellico needs to score here because the time is running as they run the ball under about 8.5 approaching here in the fourth quarter.
So talking about Les, I know we're interviewing Sonny Ann next at the halftime of next game. I believe Shelby Smith is doing the interview at halftime. But again, that's another opportunity. 13th Region, Sonny Ann, part of the 13th Region Media Network. Done a lot of great things there. She went around and interviewed a lot of the players. I know she came down here for her first interviewed Coach Mills, Braden Sizemore, a couple other people. But like I said earlier, Sonny Ann paved the way for a lot of this stuff here at Knox Central.
So I'll quote Les, not very verbatim, but I think Les feels that Sonny may have been the best hire he's made to the L4 Security 13th Region Media Network, and she's done a really good job. And so sky's the limit for her. Or as Michael Jordan would say, the roof is the ceiling, or the ceiling is the roof. I don't know if you remember that. That's a few years ago, but
just a few.
Some people might get that. I don't know, but
just a few.
But again, all fun aside, Sonny Ann does a really good job. So it's really nice that she'll be back here tonight, doing some things for Blue and Gold as an alum now. Mm-hmm. 3rd down and 2 now for Jellico as they've been moving the football, and we're under 7.5 now. So getting some yards and running some clock. We got another flag on the play, and that's going to be, I think, a legal motion on Jellico.
Flag on the play. Number 3, BJ Wren.
But I would 100% say that Knox Central Media is one of the most growing clubs and programs that we've got here at Knox Central, I mean, you can ask Mr. Matlock. Every class he has is full to the brim, except for our yearbook classes that very few people are even allowed to take in the first place.
Well, I think you start developing that and things. And the thing about it is you have to have student interest, right? Because there's other student groups that are going on and doing well, and looking for students to really get involved. So it's good that that's happening here. Knox Central, other schools, I think Pineville, they've got a lot of student involvement this year. I think North Laurel's had some student involvement as well. So it's really good that this area, and you guys are doing a great job here with Blue and Gold in your third year.
Well, and not to mislead, sort of, because as it's going to be fourth down and about 4, not to mislead, we don't just do Blue and Gold stuff in media class. We're doing graphic design. We're making logos. We're doing all this other stuff. So it's not just, don't think that
it's not just doing what you do here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of other stuff going on.
Going into fashion stuff for Mr. Matlock. He's a teacher. It's an actual class.
Yeah.
And it's usually you have to really take the class in order to do this sort of stuff.
So fours are wild here. 4th and 4 on the 44 here in the fourth quarter for Jellico. 6:15 to go in the game. And Ballard once again up the middle. I don't think he's going to get it this time.
It's going to be Lynn Camp ball.
You run that play long enough, the defense is going to catch up to it, and Lynn Camp did just that as they stopped them short on the 4th down play. And so the ball will be turned over on downs. And so crucial defensive stand by Lynn Camp at the 6:06 mark.
Lynn Camp taking over on their own 43-yard line, not only as we've got a player down.
And I think we'll take a media break here as we are going to tend to another player down here in a moment on the Blue and Gold Network.
We all have a home at Knox Central. The culture in Knox County fuels us. It drives us to band together from all walks of life. From the hollers of Artemis and Prosper to the mountains of Flat Lick and Stinking Creek. The Cumberland River flows through our old Kentucky home. The hills of Cannon and Girdler to the familiar streets of Barberville. Our legacy depends on Knox Central. We are one county, united by one school, with one vision.
Knox Central Panthers back to Rupp Arena. 3 years in a row, folks.
We all have a home at Knox Central.
It takes it in, Knox Central, Class 4A regional champion.
All you have to do is ask yourself, why not KC?
This
is the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold. So what do you think the keys are for Lynn
premier
Camp to finish out this
student-led
game?
media outlet covering Knox
Well, right.
sports, events, and beyond.
And they were having some success with DJ Wren, especially early in the third quarter. Had a couple runs. One was brought back by a penalty. So why not continue to do that and just run clock? Now, the timeout situation, it looks like Jellico with 1 timeout left. Lynn Camp has 2. And they...
Holy, as it gets a first down, he's down about the 42. But what I was about to say whenever you finished speaking, I was going to say, yeah, Lynn Camp's leading right now, but they're not moving the ball, which now they are, of course, after that 15-yard gain right there.
Well, I think Wren has found a groove a little bit, especially here in the second half. I mean, obviously we're not getting any passing from, both squads, and so, but it's just, and one thing we haven't even talked about, Harrison, is the line play, because again, some of these good runs are the results, the result of good line play. There've been some good athletic moves on both sides, but I think the lines they've definitely gone to battle here on both sides tonight. Ran again up the middle.
Well, also, and what I've noticed as, I'm a lineman myself, so I can recognize a lot of concepts and stuff that linemen run. I mean, we ran a lot of counter, buck sweep, that sort of thing. Back when I played for, Coach Buckner and all them. So we learned a lot about concepts and all that. But most of these Lynn camp, it's just kind of straight up big. We call it bob, big on big, blocking straight up. You're not a lot of pulling action, not really anything like fancy up front. They're just brute force on brute force. And look, I mean, you got 2 Jellico D linemen with their hands on their knees and sucking for air from down there. And that's something huge. I know like I was saying, but when Buckner played, we played a very tempo-heavy offense. It was signals and tempo, making people, have to gasp for air after every play. Ball is snapped, handed off to Humfleet.
I believe that's Humfleet, yeah. Yep. So, and again, it's Humfleet's, punt return for the touchdown and the 2-point conversion from Wren. That's the difference right now. One thing Lynn Camp is doing, Harrison, they're waiting to get down to about 3 seconds on the play clock before snapping it. And what's happening here is that we've got about 4.5 minutes to go in the contest, and they keep doing that, running that clock. Going to put that pressure on Jellico. Again, Lynn Camp in no hurry right now to run plays. Still another 20 seconds on the play clock.
Okay, empty. Got trips left. I'm trying to spread out. I mean, I would have to imagine this is a QB run right up the middle, trying to spread everything out. But, yep. Oh, we're taking it left. Okay, yeah. They thought it was going to go up the middle just like I did. Flag.
Really nice play, Harrison, because the receivers going on their routes are taking out the DBs. It gives a good path there for Wren, but guess what? Like you said, another penalty.
And I believe got a couple players down the field. Number 2 down, a cramp.
So, and it also stops the clock. We're at 3:59 as Lynn Camp was eating clock and eating yards. So again,
I believe it's still first down though, so they still have a chance to suck as many seconds away as they can. We've hit 100 viewers so far this live stream. Definitely a big, milestone.
And if you're just joining us, speaking of milestones, Harrison Trosper, his 50th streaming broadcast for Blue and Gold. So again, congratulations, my friend, as you continue on and get 50 more and then some, right? And so, but as a result of the penalty, ball haven't fully decided where they're going to place the ball yet. They're having a conference. The officials. But whatever it is, it's going to be first and 20. The ball's on the 42.
I believe they were helping number 2 off the field on the other side of the field.
Yep, very good. Good catch there as he is off the field now. Now they can go back to play. So ball at the 42-yard line of the Blue Devils. 3:59 to go here in the contest. And Lynn Camp with an 8-7 lead.
So you're looking at about a 9:30 kickoff here between Knox Central and Whitley County.
Yeah, the contest was originally scheduled for 8:30. Now, obviously, we're not making that. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take a break ourselves. Back in a moment on the Blue and Gold Network.
This
This
is
the Blue and Gold Network.
Welcome to the Blue and Gold Network, Knox Central's premier student-led media outlet covering Knox Central sports, events, and beyond. As we celebrate 20 years on Panther Way, join us in hearing stories of past alumni, successes, and milestones. Be sure to stick around for our halftime show for interviews of notable KC coaches, teachers, alumni, and more. Thank you for being a part of the Blue and Gold Network and the Knox Central family. This is one of the only student-led broadcasts in the region. Thank you for supporting our stream and our media students. Thank you to Jeff Ketchum. Jeff, a retiree of Knox County Public Schools after 31 years, has a long history of supporting Knox Central athletics and more. Pharmacy supports Knox Central Media and the Blue and Gold Network. Visit them at 511 Knox Street in Barville or call them at 606-546-3171. Knox Professional Pharmacy is your one-stop shop for all your pharmacy and prescription needs.
Thank you to the Army National Guard for sponsoring this stream, Knox Central Media, and Athletics. Interested in college? Get up to 100% tuition covered. Find a local recruiter for more information or go to nationalguard.com.
Thank you to Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique for supporting this stream. Established in 2017, specializing in embroidery, screen printing, DTG, DTF, and boutique clothing. Find them at 1263 US 25E in Barberville or call them at 606-620-4002. Find them on Facebook at Golden Girls Monogramming and Boutique.
Support.
So recently the 2A sectional tournaments have been played here for girls soccer, as Wren's going to take it left and cut back upfield, gain him about another 4 or 5 yards. If you're pushing about 4 or 5 yards by that fourth down, you know, you're even if you come up short, if you're going 4 or 5 yards, you're still pinning Jellico on their own 25-yard line with maybe a minute or two to go.
So you were mentioning the 2A tournament. How did that end up?
So I believe, I can't remember exactly, but I believe Whitley.
I believe Whitley County won that.
Whitley, either Whitley is playing somebody or they already won the tournament. One of the two.
Well, maybe we can find out here in a moment. How's that?
Absolutely.
2nd and 15, 2:50 to go here in the contest. Lynn Camp with the football and the lead.
Oh, as Wren's going to go, he's just going to keep on pushing in. 10, 5, touchdown, Wildcats. Wildcats score their second touchdown, I believe. Well, kind of their second touchdown in the fourth quarter as they scored at the end of the third. But this Wildcat offense has completely come alive here in the last, couple drives. You see, if you watch those first, which again, you do have things like Jellico's quarterbacks. First 2 quarterbacks going down with injuries, and so it's hard to move the ball. I mean, not even just from like a skill standpoint, I want to say, as I believe Wren's down the ground there.
As they tend to Wren, 14-7, I would assume Harrison will probably go for 2 if they do, and get the 2 points.
Game,
that will make it 2 possession.
That's
with
almost the game sealer.
2:39 to go, and the Lynn Camp defense has done its job, especially in the second half against Jellico's offense. And so a 2-point conversion here, you got to be feeling really good if you're a Wildcat fan.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about this next game and how much this means to not the schools, not the fans, but the players. The players, this is a rivalry game. As you see the Whitley County players come in toward the backside, I'm not seeing any Knox Central players. But this is, for these players, it's a rivalry game. The fans may not see it. The cheerleaders probably don't see it. Referees. But to these players, I'm telling you, this is going to be played like a rivalry game. It's going to be smash mouth. It's going to be hard. And it's going to be tough for both teams.
Well, because one is proximity.
Yeah.
Because you're, Lynn Camp there, you're in the Corbin area, get on I-75 down to Jellico there at the border. Mm-hmm. And these schools play each other in a lot of other sports as well. So they know each other very well.
Yeah.
Now, looks like that there was a penalty as well. And so,
what's going on with the sticks? Oh, okay, they're replaying. I was so confused. I thought they took back the touchdown. They didn't. That was the 2-point conversion.
So it was a very long 2-point conversion.
I was very confused with the sticks. I was like, what is going on?
All right. Well, 2:32 to go. The 2-point conversion did not happen. And it's a 7-point ball game. So still a 1-score contest.
Still, like I said, they didn't get that. So, Jellico has the ball with 2.5 minutes left. That is more than enough time to score.
So recapping things, second quarter, Clayton Hamlin, 16-yard touchdown keeper for Jellico. That was their only score of the contest. And Brayton Humphrey with a kickoff or a punt return, approximately 45 yards or so. On the last play of the third quarter, 2-point conversion by DJ Wren made it 8-7. And then Wren takes it in from 42 yards at the 2:39 mark. 2-point conversion, no good. And that's where we stand. 14-7 your score. Lynn Camp on top, 2:39. And, we saw this earlier, Harrison, the kicker for Lynn Camp. Nice leg.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
that will be very advantageous as they try to pin Jellico deep in their side of the field. And again, Jellico only one timeout left. And if you have to go pretty much the whole field with one timeout left and no passing game, that's going to be really tough. So we'll see what happens in the next 2:39.
Well, like you said, still a timeout left. You've still got 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You've got about 160 seconds. Is that okay? It depends. Did that go out of bounds? Did that go out of bounds, or did it touch back? That's a matter of 20 yards right there.
They're going to say touchback.
Touchback? Okay.
Touchback. So.
Yeah, I bet you if you were Jellico, you were hoping that went out of bounds, get you up here at the 40-yard line.
So
very lucky bounce right there.
Very lucky. So touchback. That's going to be – so Jellico's got to go 80 yards and 2:39 to have an opportunity to send this into overtime. So again, if you're joining for the Knox Central Whitley County game, that was a scheduled 8:30. Obviously, that's not happening as this game is still going on. So we're approaching the 9 o'clock hour. It'll probably be, I would say, about 9:45-ish or so.
Because you got the guys,
and that's just depending on what happens here. So that's a loose estimate. It may be 10 o'clock before we get started.
But okay, so
pass incomplete to Teague.
Got to get the players warmed up, then they got to go back. They got to get their players situated, and then I believe Whitley County has their pads on right now, so I don't think they're going to do any sort of warming up without the pads on. So I think they're going to skip straight to the pad part.
I would probably say if both teams are smart, they've probably taken care of some of that preliminary stuff
That's what
already.
We did at South Laurel last year when it was a real late kickoff. We went over to the baseball field and warmed up. So I would have to assume Whitley either warmed up over by the baseball field or maybe the softball field or one of the two. Because, really, you just need about 5 or 6 lines. As back to throw is Hamlin. Oh, my gosh, he chucks it up. He catches it. He's gone.
Misses
He's still going.
Tackles.
He's avoiding 13. Oh, golly. If he would have hit him in stride, he was gone.
Trevor Gilbert.
That's a huge play right there. But, you're not seeing any energy from Jellico.
Definitely the biggest pass play of the night for either team. And that gives Jellico some hope here. 2:24 to go.
Like I said, you hit that guy in stride and you keep running straight. That's a touchdown. You're probably going to OT.
48-yard line. 1st and 10. Clock running as they move the chains. 1 timeout left for Jellico.
Both teams vying for a trophy.
Back to pass Hamlin. It is complete, but there's a flag on the play, and Ballard on the completion.
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Oh, and that is a break for Jellico as they will get big yardage there on the roughing the passer penalty. And the clock stopping as well on the penalty. 2:02 to go.
I believe 15-yard penalty as well. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, so roughing the passer.
Foul.
Yep, it's a personal foul.
15, gosh, man. That's two. You had a 30-yard gain right there, and then you got a 15-yard gain. In 37 seconds of game time, they have pushed to the Lynn Camp 37-yard line.
Big penalty as the ball would be spotted at the Wildcat 37. 2:02 to go. So right now, plenty of time. You still have the timeout. You got to score and get the extra point.
See, Whitley County going with the all white-out uniforms. Really like that touch of white helmets, white jerseys, white pants. I remember they were decked out in red whenever we played them up here, and they have just a little W on their helmets. But, nice jerseys I'm seeing over there.
So the clock is running now. We're under 2 minutes, 14-7. Lynn Camp on top. 8 seconds on the play clock.
So the clock was still running. I did not know that. I thought the clock completely stopped. I'm sure Jellico thought the same thing as well.
Back to pass Hamlin. He's going to be brought down. Great coverage there from Lynn Camp, number 15.
That was number 1, Trevor Gilbert, right there on the carry.
So Cooper on the tackle. Big play.
You got a minute and 20. You got to go. I don't know what we're walking around for. 72's coming off the field.
He's coming off a little slow, but They're getting the play call, too, from the sideline is number 8, Hamlin.
You're down to a minute now.
12 seconds on the play clock, so really don't have the...
You're breaking the huddle with 9 seconds left.
Do not have the luxury of wasting time.
There's a minute left. You have one timeout, and you're breaking the huddle with 8 seconds left in the play clock. He's got to snap it.
And we get a flag on top of that.
Delay a game.
The play clock ran out, so again, a little discombobulation here.
That's a coaching mistake right there. If you want me, you got to be able to get the play call to your guy. You got to be able to relay that right there.
So you had the ball, Harrison. You had the ball at the 37-yard line.
With a minute, 2:02.
Yeah, 2:02.
And they killed a minute in 2 or 3 plays.
And what they have show for it, -5 yards.
Minus 10 yards.
Yep, minus 10 yards, you're correct.
As the ball is fumbled, but it's picked up. He's going to try and make something out of nothing. Oh, ball is out. It is Jellico ball, I believe.
And I think we're going to get a timeout because we need to do that. 33 seconds to go.
Timeout, Jellico.
So I think we'll keep it here. Again, 33 seconds to go here in the contest. And after the really good play that, Jellico had, and then the big penalty that put the ball on the 37-yard line, all is just falling apart for Jellico.
Now you're on the 50-yard line with 30 seconds to go. But I know you guys can only see the Jellico sideline right now, but if you are here in person, you would know it is absolutely packed out right now.
Yeah, good crowd here at
I know
Knox Central.
a lot of Knox Central people are doing a tailgate over there in the parking lot. I know
the home side stands,
yes,
basically full. The visitor side,
basically
and there's
full.
people around the field as well.
There's a lot of people over there behind Lynn Camp's end zone, or Jellico's end zone. The one
I guess that would be the south end, maybe. I'm just gonna. I'll just throw that. I guess
on the
south
right
end,
side of your screen.
There you go. The right side of your screen. Very good. Very good.
But I would say, yeah, there's a. So, I mean.
Maybe appropriate here, Nick Cole playing down with the sickness, because Jellico in the last couple plays here have been down with something, as the offense has really been out of sorts and out of sync. Well, let's see what happens here. 3rd and 20.
If there's anybody that knows to play music at a certain time, it's Nick Cole. He's DJ every school dance I've ever played. Went to. He's going to take
Hamlin on the keeper.
Room. Oh, I didn't see the defender right there. Great tackle. They've got no timeouts. There's 20 seconds left. They've got to run a play. It's 4th down. This is now. It's now or never.
Play
15
clock
seconds.
is off, as it is 12 seconds and counting.
10, 9,
you can't spike
8,
it. You got to get
7.
the first down. 7.
Oh, and he is.
Folks, your final score.
Sacked.
As he goes down, your final score for Knox Central.
Lynn Camp takes down the Jellico Blue Devils 14-7. Lynn Camp takes the first game of the Pioneer Bowl, a huge win for the Wildcats as they go to play Berea next week and Knott County after that. So that's a huge win on this field for the Lynn Camp Wildcats. Definitely, like I said, a lot of momentum right here. You had Wren play really good, but you do have a player injured on the field.
So again, credit to Brayton Humfleet, the punt return for a touchdown.